In today's fast-paced world, technology plays a pivotal role in transforming communication strategies across sectors. From instant messaging apps to social media platforms, businesses, governments, and individuals are leveraging technology tools to connect, share information, and drive engagement like never before. The rise of digital communication tools has not only made information flow more accessible, but has also increased the speed at which messages are disseminated. Email, video conferencing, and collaborative platforms like Slack or Microsoft Teams are enhancing workplace productivity, while social media provides a dynamic space for real-time public engagement. For businesses, maximizing technology means more than just adopting new tools. It's about aligning these technologies with clear communication goals. This includes using data analytics to understand audience preferences, automating customer service through AI-powered chatbots, and using multimedia to create more engaging, personalized content. And for an expert analysis on how to maximize technology for effective communication, the Chief Executive Officer of Ideas Origin Media, Israel Obatunde, now joins us. Israel, it's good to have you with us.
Good to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, so have we achieved some form of effective communications in Nigeria supported by technology, or we're still at the infancy stage? There's a lot you can do with this little device I'm holding right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we've achieved a lot. I think there's a lot we still have to do, considering the internet penetration that we had between 2024 and 2025, ranging between 44% to 49%, and over 109 million people that is having access to internet. There's still a lot that can be done. Right? If you imagine what happened with the Dirty December, how a lot of people came into Lagos to have a great time from all over the world, that could have only been a great experience if data was, internet and technology also was really, really utilized much more better. Bookings were on the skyrocket, and that was facilitated by most of the platforms that are outside this country, but have penetrations in our country. Right? Do we have established platforms like that yet? I can't mention names of those guys, but I don't think so we do. Also in running your business day to day, for a business like us that has partners all over the world, there are a lot of things that we are doing that we don't necessarily have to be in those countries. And guess what? So some of those high-tech technologies are facilitated by owners of businesses outside our platform. Are there collaborations ongoing, partnership ongoing? Yes, of course. But I think we can do more as businesses, also with the involvement and help of the government.
Indeed, there's room for improvement. We can do more. And I recall that Nigeria's journey in telecommunication began with the introduction of GSM over 2 decades ago, with the 2G, and then now we even hear of 6G right now as we speak. So let's talk about the challenges, especially when it comes to, you just talked about the fact that there is room for improvement. What are the challenges? What are the bottlenecks that are not helping us fully explore the potential that technology has to provide in improving communication? Recently, telecoms, talked about increasing their tariffs, and you know how that went. So let's talk about these challenges.
I think a major challenge is regulation. I mean regulation in the sense that there's a lot of confusion out there in terms of accessing the right to use. And that has risen to, arose to the point of cyber theft and here and there. But if we are not talking of that, if we are talking of practical things that we need to do as a nation, I think is more support, right, from within the government sector. There is a lot of investment that has gone into technology outside this country, whether it is for private sector, for private businesses, or for the people themselves. You're talking about the 6G. Some of these are pioneered by people that are in private sector, but heavily supported by the government. Are we saying government should do everything? No. What are we saying is, can there be policies that support this? Can there be open field play? Can there be beyond the politics? Can there be the enabling environment? Electricity, the telecoms that increased their cost is not intentional. It's not that they intentionally want to make things harder for Nigerians, but we know what is going on with the inflation. We know what is going on with the cost of operations these days. It's not the same. Even your labor, if you lose a labor right now and you want to get the same talent, you probably be looking of double to employ the same kind of talent again. You know, those are, you know, peculiar issues that are ongoing. And I think if we collaboratively work together, there's a lot that can be done and achieved.
Very good, Israel. Now, how can technology shape the way we approach solution-driven processes through communication recently in Nigeria?
We've started a journey. I think 2020 opened it was an eye-opener for most businesses where you can do a lot of things offline without necessarily seeing people physically. And that is access to the right technological tools, which is, you mentioned earlier on the introduction, the use of your Slack, your Microsoft. But beyond that, there are a lot of things that are also coming up right now that even people don't know about. You know,
would you say those things coming up are homegrown, indigenous technological innovations, as it were?
That's another challenge. We have a huge boom in the fintech, with the financial technology part of the technological part. You could see a lot of companies, you know, springing up here and there with the support of the global guys that is making it a success. But in terms of some of these operational tools that can make everyday life easy for an employee or for a Nigerian, they are still heavily, you know, being created by people and giants outside this country. And they are very expensive venture. You know, if you go into that, these are not $1 million enterprise. This is something that you really, I mean, somebody, you know, I don't want to mention him, but in the US, if you do your research very well, one of the reasons why they have many billionaires or successful entrepreneurs is because at the level of being or starting a business, you have an access to a level of funds. Once you have a basic genuine idea that is sustainable, there is that huge support. Right? I'm sorry to say US again, but it's the reality. No matter how good your idea is, you've got to do more than having a good idea. You've got to do more than, I want to start an office to be able to fly in this part of the world. But again, that is why we are Nigerians, and that is why we survive anywhere we are. Because if your survival can thrive in this country, if your business can thrive in this country, you can thrive in any part of the world.
Talking about other parts of the world, what about the loss of skills when it comes to the digital space? We're talking technology, and we know that one of the sectors that received the biggest hit when it comes to brain drain is the tech sector in Nigeria. How is that impacting this, you know, growth in communication?
Heavily impacted. As a matter of fact, there's a huge gap of knowledge right now, right? Which is why labor is scarce, true labor, or the best of labor.
What do you mean true labor?
It's not everybody that has a CV you can employ these days. It's not everybody that says, I can do this, that you can employ. I am an employer, and I know what it is to have true labor, because you do a lot of interviews. I can do this, I can do that. And okay, let's do the job. It becomes a sad story, and it's not always easy to tell people to go, because you're protecting your interest as a business, you're protecting the interest of the people, and you have to be empathetic at the same time. So for you to be able to get the right people to do the right thing these days is a tough call. However, we still need to bridge that gap, and that is why some of us that I've been doing this for the past 15 years, we have to create like a retail chain where we are grooming the next generation or the previous generation or generations to come after us. So it goes back to education, right? If we are not also looking into how our education system is working, there might also be a disservice, you know? If I know I'm going to be a computer engineer, a computer scientist at some point in my life, or my parents could see the potential, why can't I have institutions that send me into that straight away? You know, and I have to go around try and I study psychology, and I'm into communication and marketing full time, right? But somebody has always seen it, and somebody has always told me, oh, you can do this. But if there was a platform where I could grow myself and grow better, why not? I would have probably be faster than where I am now. So those are some of the things we are trying to do to create those platforms.
So are you proposing including it in the school curriculum, right from the basics?
Definitely, you can quote me anywhere. I'm saying that. And some of us are here to also help the government achieve it. It's a tough call, it's a long shot, but it is possible.
All right, Israel. I know earlier you enumerated the challenges regarding communications, but would you say the concept of it has undergone a profound metamorphosis in Nigeria, and how is this fostering connectivity and innovation, do you think?
Yeah, I love the part of innovation, because individually we are fantastic people. I can count to 10 or 20 people that are doing amazingly well in the space of innovation in Nigeria, because we are very resilient and unique with our knowledge base as a people. So we really thriving well. And because we also have the platform to enter the global stage, Nigerians are fantastic, especially in communication and marketing. We are exceedingly doing well, right? But has it been a culture yet? You know, has it been like what I would think of, like if somebody is waking up a day, just like, you know, you walk out and you have access to heat anywhere, you can enter a KFC, you can enter any brand, any restaurant and heat. Is technology there? Is marketing, communication, there are the tools to use. Are they there yet? You know, guys have to solve. Guys have to, and that is what is leading to a brain drain. If I know my expertise and I know how much I've paid, there are some people that are doing capacity development with like 10 million naira in a year, right? And they are doing fantastically well in their job. If they leave, do you know what happens to that business where they leave? Because of that gap.
Well, we see the impact in some of the businesses in Nigeria.
Yes, I can count, especially in security. You know,
the banking sector.
Yeah. That is a major part of why we are having the issues, because this guys left. People to fill in is not plug and play. Come on, it's not.
Well, we know that there is still a lot to do, but it's a step at a time. Poco a poco, we'll get there someday if we don't stop. Thank you so much, Israel Obatunde, CEO, Ideas Origin Media.